everyone, Ivy League Gaming here, and today we're playing Dragonheir Silent Gods. For today's video, I'm going to do a hero guide on the wonderful Adolphus. So we have Adolphus here, we got that dark elf vibe, loving it. Really cool character, great visuals, wonderful outfit. They always nail the graphics, don't they? So we kind of got to start there, first of all. But Adolphus is actually a character that I do not have on my main account. So I'm not even going to be showing him in crazy teams. We're just going to talk about him maybe from a little bit more of a relatable standpoint over here on the Starlight account. So I do have my Adolphus 5-star, but you know what? Ain't nobody got books for everybody. He has no books right now. And that is what it is. But he's still, even with no books, has been such a huge, he's made a huge impact in my teams, in my game so far. And he's helping me progress in a lot of areas that I was previously stuck. So that's what we're going to talk about for today. So as we're getting in deeper in the season, my free-to-play account here, well, the $1 Starlight account is... Let's see, what day are we on? So you guys have a judge of, my slow progress. Wait, not upcoming events. Hold on. Day 37. So, you know, you're grinding through. You're starting to get the point where you have bigger challenges. We have this continental event happening, which is pretty tough here. And, well, like the Continental Challenge. And you really need to start diversifying your roster to be able to have teams of different synergy. So Adolphus, having him as fire with shields is so huge for me for the sake of guild boss or vortex, I mean. And just in general, being able to use my fire adventure for damage and him as a shielder is just so helpful. So I am to the point where I've started upgrading, you know, the big stuff, right? I'd got that 5 synergy here. Look at 19,000, about to get the next one here. So I am going to go fire and poison for elemental damage before I move on to possibly fire, reduce damage taken or damage here. I do have mostly fire and poison heroes built, so this is kind of the way I'm going to keep going, even though it's pretty hard to farm and quite annoying, honestly, for the domains, but it's fine. I already had the people 5-star for the most part, so we're good. But I did pull some others today, like Cook. Oh my gosh. So he's going to synergize really great with everybody else. But today we're talking about Adolphus. So let's read his skills first of all. So his passive, if the target already has a shield, when the hero grants them a shield, additionally heals them equal to 75% of the shield granted. So if you want to think of a very obvious pairing for Adolphus, Isolde, she's gonna be perfect to put in the same team with Adolphus. If you have Isolde and Adolphus, they should be in your Vortex team if you're working with poison or fire heroes. Even over Furboth, yes, I do mean that. Because Isolde can bring the decreased attack as well. Or hell, you can have both. You could have, but honestly, when it comes to having Adolphus and Isolde, they're going to be all you need for support and healing to keep your team going. It's just a really great synergy that I definitely need to mention. And I think I forgot to mention, or did I mention? No, I did mention that in my Dynamic Duos video. So his battle skill here grants a 10% target max HP plus 2800 enlightenment shield to an ally for 10 seconds, increasing their ultimate energy. So do keep in mind that this can throw off some speed tuning stuff unless you have very specifics, tuned. So you want to make sure everyone is kind of locked. You want to make sure you have people locked for their timings for Vortex completely, not just let them go by their defaults, because this can throw everything off. But honestly, it's fine if you don't have a perfectly tuned team and you're just letting it go. He's going to be great. But learning to tune the teams makes a huge difference. So over here, his ultimate deals damage too. Deals a 450% plus 3200% enlightenment for fire damage to enemies within range. And grants a shield to all allies. All allies shield. this little range is not the range for the ally shield. It's all allies, the whole board. So that is huge alone. I remember at first I was trying to pair him or like position him correctly because of this little graphic here for the shield, but it's the whole board. You're fine. You're well covered, which is really amazing for protection no matter what dungeon you're in and how you have your team set up. So he's huge. You can pump out a little extra damage along the way. But yeah, you're going to be looking to build him with enlightenment and attack percentage. So ideally, if I could roll up another piece of gear here, which I don't have much, but I need to roll up one more once I get a little bit more gold. Like something like this is actually pretty amazing. Let's just roll it. I'm being bad. Don't judge me. Woohoo! Okay, even better. So now I have the enlightenment set. When equipped, yeah, we have enlightenment bonus and we have an ultimate skill bonus damage. So he's like accidentally going to be a little bit of a damage dealer. Nothing crazy though, honestly. But yeah, you could actually you could debate if you want to have him with a bonus. I want to try that this time, or you could just have two sets to be able to get 1, the enlightenment plus attack, and then 2, get attack plus something else like attack speed or whatever else you want to get. But just getting more attack can also, of course, help his damage for sake of the ultimate. But yeah, I figured why not? Let me try giving him the enlightenment set fully and see if he can pump out a little extra damage himself. Over here, of course, we're going to be looking for survivability, and he is based again on targets max HP plus enlightenment for the shield. So with that in mind, you can also try to give him a little bit, extra HP for survivability, so he gives himself a good shield too, which will be really helpful in dungeon content. But usually he won't be touched as much, so it's not as big of a concern. So I think I had these runes on other people, but I'll go ahead and give him this for now, just for the sake of some extra HP. And yeah, I don't really have any good attack. I think attack would be perfect, but I am using my adventure right now, so it's not as... my cards are not lining, but hey, it's fine. You're ideally probably attack and enlightenment would be what you put on your runes down here if you have enough survivability. When it comes to the artifacts, I mean, my account's limited. I only have so much. So you can certainly use him in whatever works for your attack, like your actual attack boosting, if you want him to try to do a little damage with his ultimate too. But I went with attack with the enlightenment little pipe here. It's not a lot, but it's something just to help boost his enlightenment. There's not a lot of great options for that, and I don't have very many artifacts for him right now on this account, but really just want to do stuff that's going to help him to boost. If you have a legendary artifact, you could also put something like the hourglass on him if you want him to go as much as possible. If you're not worried about the speed tune and you just want to get more skill haste on him, you could go crazy and yeah, give him some better, stronger, wonderful artifacts. Like I was saying, the hourglass would be pretty good just to give him more skill haste, but keep in mind that the main stats don't really help his kit. He doesn't need accuracy. That could be better suited for someone else, but really there's a lot of options. It is kind of about enlightenment at the end of the day, so just kind of see what you have, what's going to best fit for you, or even just try to let him do a little bit of damage, but at least get some attack and enlightenment on him for that, or just some HP for the shield. He's pretty good though. He's going to help out even without extras. So I guess this is good for me with any team. Like, it doesn't matter if you're going poison and fire or wild and fire. He's going to help any type of team. Like, I was just working on my Grave of Venom team, so let's show him there. So he is a huge part of what's helping me to make this a little bit more reliable. I actually was farming it on purpose with, yeah, my resistance is, or sorry, my accuracy is a little low, but we do have the 50 bonus, so I think we're good. Yeah, we're good with the 50 bonus, so I'm not too worried here. But this is the formation I'm using for Grave of Venom Stage 8. If I want to push to Stage 9, I really need to beef up my Horus, beef up my damage on my Sigrid. There's a lot of things I really need to improve to make this happen. But yeah, I'm using Sigrid and the Adventurer as my main DPS. So keep in mind here, if you put the Adventurer in the position behind the tank, they are going to get hit by the ultimate here and could likely die. So unless you have a tanky damage dealer here, you're going to want to move them a spot over, which can be this spot or this spot. But this is kind of the formation for one melee, and the rest are ranged unit setup. You're going to want someone here, and you can have a healer over here, and down here is your other supports or other ranged units. But yeah, Sigrid will be attacking in the center, so this is a really good place for her. But yeah, let me go ahead. I don't think I'm going to worry about putting a consumable on right now. I think I had a defense boost at one point, but let me go ahead and play this run, and you can see how Adolphus kind of synergizes. I'm not even on, keep in mind guys, I'm on full auto. I'm not even timing this. It ended up timing out pretty good, naturally. Like him using his ultimate right before the big damage boost just worked out just right. Sometimes once the fight got rolling, but because he's not booked, it's really hard, and most of these characters are not fully booked. Actually, most of them are now, in this team at least. But most of my epics are not fully booked, so it's really hard to get the good timings to be able to do some of the perfect presets. So kind of got to do with what I got. But we're pretty lucky here. Boom, we have decreased defense up from the crown, and then Adolphus used his ultimate. He's going to pump out a little extra damage here. It might not be huge, but any extra damage is just going to help the fight go quicker, smoother, and yeah, be done. But you can see that he's going to come in clutch. We don't have really a big cleanser in this roster, just we're relying on Hexandra to cleanse the one debuff that goes to Horus. But the good thing about pairing, I guess this is another good pairing for Adolphus that we should talk about, is pairing Horus with Adolphus. If you're going to have someone to help support Horus and keep him alive in content, Adolphus is a really great choice, because when he adds, like, you know, Horus self-shields a lot, right? And if he uses his ultimate when he's got the shield, that's going to be converted into a heal. So it's really, really good timing. If you got good timing, it's really good synergy. But I love Adolphus. He's pretty easy to build with the enlightenment focus. You want as much enlightenment as possible, and then attack and or HP around him for the other stats. I should say around him. On him for the other stats. But look at this. Really solid team, honestly, for Grave of Venom 8. I just need to get better. I need to farm Grave of Venom 8, get better gear to make this a little bit more reliable. I'm a little bit too squishy for 9. But I'm almost there. I'm almost there. But we're doing okay. We're doing okay. Not so bad, right, Adolphus? Yep, you're helping out. You're keeping him alive. Oof. And there we go. Grave of Venom 8 done with Adolphus as a big help. So here we are. He's actually giving a little bit of damage. So is my Horus. Horus actually is always fun. But yeah, he's not a main DPS by any means. He's really there to provide shields and extra heals. But hey, it doesn't hurt that he throws out a little damage along the way. Another place Adolphus can be really helpful if you don't have the best cleansers is Grave of Rot. If the Grave of Rot is throwing out those healing prohibition debuffs and you can't really heal up your team, Adolphus can put shields on people to help keep them alive in a different manner, right? And the good thing is too, keep in mind anything where you get like buff prohibition, shields don't count as a buff. So that's just another way to help keep your team alive. Now, can this team with no real cleanser do stage 7? I don't know. I actually haven't pushed it. But I think one thing that this is not going to be a team that could go very far because of no cleanser. But if you threw in a Vcook, which I just got who I need to build, instead of Hexandra, I think that'll be amazing. Because Adolphus will put shields and heal a little bit. And Vcook can heal and cleanse a little bit. Like, he's just going to be really, really fun to have in the team. I really, really love his kit. So I think those are going to be a couple people that just synergize really well. Yeah, Vcook plus Adolphus are going to be great synergy to handle most all your support needs together. So that's just another really fun pairing that I want to call out when it comes to who you're teaming up with Adolphus. Now, when it comes to Vortex, let's actually go ahead into Vortex. I don't want to go ahead and do more of the rot and see how far we can go without a proper cleanser in the team. Although, of course, you can just use an Enna or have Fitz be your tank. But I'm trying to work to have the 5 synergy, all 5 heroes of the same element because of all these boosts that we're going to have. It's just that extra damage is going to be really helpful. So I'm trying. Even though you don't need it, I'm still trying. But yeah, we're on to Vortex 3. And I am using Adolphus in this team now. I really wish I had a Solday instead of Furboth, just for this team specifically. Again, so that way when a Solday is putting out shields and healing, he can do the same and help provide everyone with excess heals. And you don't even really need a cleanser for the later stages in some cases, because he can just keep everyone alive so well. But alright, I'm going to fix my gear on my people, and then we're going to come in for a Vortex run. So in the middle of the battle here, I'm just going to show you, like, I have Adolphus going, right? He's going to give everyone a shield. There he goes. There's a damage and shield. And now Foley's going to go. And because she has the music box, this is another good synergy. The music box epic artifact. She's going to be able to do more damage because of the music box artifact, which is actually a substantial amount of damage increase. And so, yeah, instead of Adolphus. So, or sorry, because of Adolphus, which is amazing. Having, again, a Solday in the team would be even better. And all of the damage would, I mean, people would be under shields like the whole time. It's so great. But I'm really, really loving the pairing of, look at Foley being my main DPS. This is full auto, literally no presets, no books on Foley, no books on Adolphus, and like 1 or 2 books on Furboth. So it's a little bit of a sad team. I do have Erich fully booked because he's the only legendary, because on this account, this is my Starlight account. So we're looking at a very budget way of using Adolphus, but I think it's really fun to show you guys the potential of this team. But yeah, I'm going to pause and come back to the end. All right, and just how it should be, unless you have Horus as a tank because he never dies. My tank died first, and then everyone else died after. But within good timing to still be able to hit a good milestone of 5 million on stage 3 of Guild Boss. I know this isn't crazy by any means, but it's enough for me to place on this server and still get some bonus Clypsedra rewards with the ranking rewards. So I'm pretty happy with the progress I had. I just got past the stage 2. I'm really slow on this account. But yeah, this is not about my Starlight account in general. I'm just trying to show you that even a more budget-friendly way of using Adolphus is certainly possible. He doesn't need to be fully booked to really impact your team. But yeah, hope you guys appreciated this video. I really love this character, and I really hope I pull him on my main account. Or I would love if they'd give us another $1 epic pack. I would buy him in a heartbeat. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.